Welcome back, guys. We still have Jack on the hot seat and together exploring the topic, loving more than one person, possible or not. So let's compare what are some of the reasons that would, you know, compel someone to fall in love with someone other than their partner.
I think everyone touched on it earlier. I think it's just like once you allow yourself to grow feelings for someone, because again, I've never dated anyone, but I'm like on Instagram, and like the more attention you give to someone, like you're talking to them more and you're texting them, you're replying to their stories. So the more you do that, you're growing this connection. So I feel like once you start allowing yourself to get to know this person, like you were saying, you get to know their character and you get to have conversations with them, then you start falling in love. You can eventually get into this phase where you are falling in love with two people. So that's what I think. Once you start.
Yeah, and I feel like just to make it clear, because especially with the young people, what in the age of social media, you could, like, you're a single girl and you have a social media account, an Instagram account, and then you have this guy that you have a crush on and he ends up liking all your photos. Yeah. Right?
They do this thing, they like 3.
Yeah.
And then 5.
He's lacking.
They're like 6.
You're gonna like all of them.
They do it slowly to get your attention.
To like the, you know, it sort of gives you. For him, he probably just thinks your content is
good.
Yeah, and for you, on the other hand, you're like, oh my God, like, oh, this guy likes me too, and he's the one. And especially, you know, like how sometimes Christian girls can say, oh yeah, he's my prayer, answered prayer. But the guy has no idea. He's like, and then all of a sudden he puts up a post, oh, I'm very single and I'm loving it. And then you're so heartbroken, and then that could even be a pattern of like a few guys coming up. And then, oh, you're so confused. You're like, these guys keep liking my photos, but they don't actually, they still say they're single. And I'm here like thinking that I have my, you know, my husbands or whatever. So I guess the point I'm trying to say is like, that's why we have to make sure that it's on a consented, like you're on the same page with that person. Because if you keep saying like, because you can like the person and a person can have admiration for you. And it could be for all the various reasons. Maybe as Linda, you said, maybe the person dresses very well. Maybe the person is funny. Maybe the person is all this. And so they admire you as a person, but they just don't have that for you. And so it's good that as young ladies, we guard ourselves, just knowing that as long as the guy hasn't said it, or as long as the guys haven't said it, then it's not.
You build this fantasies and dreams. Even plan the wedding. Plan the wedding. But then I plan the divorce straight after, so it's okay.
So
you're in and out quick.
You're the girls as guys are booking.
Are you guys? What you're saying now? I'm trying to understand. Now you've got someone else, right? And then all of a sudden you're falling for another. What I'm trying to get here is, does it mean the person that you already have, isn't fulfilling or like not ticking those boxes?
Honestly,
you know?
Not always. Sometimes, probably, but kind of like similar to what you've mentioned, and I think we've all kind of mentioned it at some point earlier. I think sometimes you've just allowed yourself to start entertaining the idea of someone else. It's not that you're not happy at home. You're loving your partner. It still is what it is. But you've allowed yourself to start considering and actually actioning out the idea of being with someone else. I think this is my logic. I think that's why you can have infidelity in a relationship, and they'll still claim that they love each other. Or infidelity, and it's like, oh, I think I was doing something with someone else, so it's whatever, like it was getting too far, but I still love my partner. And or it gets to a point where you love your partner and you definitely love this other person as well, and then you end up breaking up with your partner, because I feel like at that point you definitely love two people, but what led to it was just entertaining the idea of someone else.
I just feel like maybe, you know, you have someone, maybe you never thought there was something missing until you find this other person. You know, you'd be like, oh my God, you know, you were okay, you were happy, you know, in your relationship, or you thought you were, until you find someone else who just sparked the light on your life. Oh my God, you know, like it doesn't give me this. I feel like every time somebody is looking outside and saying, I think I'm admiring this person, it means I feel like there's something missing in where you are. Yeah, there has to be something.
And that's where communication comes in. That's where you go like, let's have an open conversation with your partner. You sit down and then you're like, well, and that's where openness, you mentioned openness. It's good to be open because our vulnerability.
That one you mentioned.
Yeah, may be a different kind of open in the sense that you tell your partner, look, I'm having an affection towards this person. I think that's
it should
an
be
honest
done,
thing to do, because then if you're not telling your partner, you're sort of hiding behind that. Then that can be cheating. We'd go back to cheating. Do you guys agree?
Yeah,
and sometimes I was gonna say sometimes again it depends on the person, because for us, I guess at this table we might think like, okay, we are just down for just one partner, but there's also people who are just like, no, why would I lock myself down for this thing? So then polygamy comes into play, and then it goes towards having open relationships, but also because that's technically, it's not cheating if like two of the people that you're in love with know about what's happening. But I guess there's people who lie to themselves that they are capable of committing to one person. And if you're not capable of doing that, like you feel it in your heart, because you feel these things, you're like, I actually cannot commit to this person. So therefore, if you feel it in your heart, then just don't commit. Don't commit to that one person. Be very open to them. Tell them, hey, I can't really do this. I'm down for whatever. Like we can still be together, but I'm still gonna go elsewhere. Because there's people who are married and they have like 2 girlfriends, 3 girlfriends outside. So
I guess people are more open here in terms of
and social media
and being open
Australia.
compared to home. In home, people suffocate. You when you find out that you're no longer in love with this person that you're with, it is. It's like you're in a tight corner. It's like you can't get out, especially when you're
there
married.
For what?
But people just come out and go, sorry, this is not working. Or I think I'm
having a bad day. Goodbye. I'm out.
Anyway, guys, extending on that, would you say that is it a problem when you're falling in love with someone else while you are in a relationship? Would you advise that such person should seek help?
I think it depends on the intentions of the relationship. It depends on a lot of factors, actually. I'm assuming by relationship you mean marriage, like not.
Yeah, well, any relationship really.
Do you need help?
No, because I think if your intentions for people have different reasons for entering a relationship that's not quite married yet. If that makes sense. If you're into a relationship with the intention of just understanding what that's going to look like, are you guys compatible? I think it's perfectly fine to start falling in love with someone else. At the end of the day, you're checking out. You're, like a better term, sampling the waters. You want to see what's available.
That's true. You're like, I like this.
You go to Maya and you be like, oh, I don't like that shit. Let me just try it on. Oh, it doesn't look nice. Just take it off.
The material's not good enough. Exactly.
But then when you say that, like for that person who's doing that, have they consented with the other person? Have they let them know, like,
because I feel like that's where the
right
problem
now.
is.
Like I kind of like you, Linda, but
you're not good
shopping
enough
at the moment. So if I find another, I'll be back. I'll be back. Yeah, but I'll get back to you. You know what I mean?
But it's
so is that what you mean? Like
as long as it was an understanding before you go into a relationship. So you have to know your intentions and communicate that clearly with your partner and understand where they're sitting at too. But if that was your intention, just checking things out, then by all means do what you need to do. But if you were entering it with the idea of we're committing to each other, I think it's not fair for you to start again. Like it's a decision. I think it's not fair for you to start doing that. And if you're getting to that point, again, communicate. I don't want to make it too formal, but like think of it as a contract if that helps. It's like if you get to a point where it's not really honest idea. It's not really working out in that paperwork anymore. Saying, look, I know this is what we agreed on. We might need to revisit that again if that's okay, because it's not working.
It's not working.
But if you're not doing that, you really it's not right.
You're hurting the other person. I feel like sometimes I'm just going up with ideas when you guys say things. I want to say something, but then just holding on to your point. I feel like how sometimes they say test driving when you go to like a car yard and then you test drive a car, like that is like for me. If someone does that for me, like that will hurt me, because if they go out there and find someone better, then they might either ghost on me or whatever they want to do. So that's why I always feel like it's important to I go with your second point, like communicating and seeing where you are from the start, from day one.
Yeah.
It's not about
some people are not honest with it though. Like they know what, but they won't even tell you.
For you to be hurt. And like for me, how I see it is like we're humans and we all have feelings.
Yeah.
And when someone is, today he's with me and then tomorrow he's with someone else, then that will hurt me. Yeah. So I see it as, I want us to communicate from day one. I'm here for this contract. So, but in case things don't work, it's not like we're locked in. We're not married. If things don't work, we can always consent to part ways, and I can go to my not plan B, but I'll go to the other person.
Who was plan B?
No, you said plan B. You said what you said. You said what you said.
Sometimes also you don't know what you want.
Yeah.
You don't know what you. So if you ask me out, I don't know what I want. You never know. We're just like testing. We're trying.
It's important to know what you want.
I think
you never know.
You need to
know what you want.
Yeah.
But it's important that you sort of think about what is it that I want.
Yeah, you need to have a checklist or standards. But I was gonna say on the point of needing help, I feel like people need help for a lot of things. But if you feel as though, like if you're falling in love with two people and you feel as though you don't want to feel like that anymore, or you feel like it's a problem, or maybe it links to like infidelity that you were not in previous like relationships that always fell off because you cheated or something, then if you feel that you need to get the help, then get the help. But for me, I don't really see that as a problem. Like if you're again communicating it to people, cool. But if you feel like this needs to stop, like I actually don't want to feel like this anymore, get help when you can get counseling and stuff.
Yeah. We're looking at time, guys. So, let's talk about, because young people, obviously, we are actually at that age where we know more than young people. So what would be your advice to young people out there watching and probably going through similar situation?
You're looking at me. I'm gonna sit down and listen to you guys' advice, and I can tell you whether I agree or disagree, or I can take it or leave it. So I'll tell you.
All right. We'll turn to the
first. I think primarily understand what it is you're trying to achieve in a relationship. And before you're saying those words or going to that point, understand what it is you're saying. And then if you're getting there, I would strongly encourage, do not commit to anything you're not ready for. Like if you're not ready for it, don't do it. But if you're feeling like you're falling in love with someone else, I don't think that's abnormal. I don't think you're sick or there's something wrong with you. I think that's just life. But communicate that with your significant other.
That's
I actually think like if you go through a relationship and it doesn't work out as a young person, I feel like it's your journey and your learning as well. So
it's not the end of like everything.
No one actually has the best advice. It's just go with the flow. If your heart is broken, it's okay. Pick it up together and continue. Come out stronger. Because you learn lessons all the time.
If the young people were, in terms of advice, if you're married, I feel like that advice is completely different. Like if you're married and you feel like you're falling in love,
get accountability.
If that means family, whatever, I'll just primarily say just go to the Bible. Honestly, pray. But see help.
But would you advise they remain? What kind of help? Like if you were to advise a married person right now who is finding themselves in such a situation, what would be your kind of seek help from you?
From me,
give
I think step one, communicate with your partner. They still need to know what's going on.
Okay.
Step two, I would say find someone that can act as a mentor between you and your partner. There's, as much as we're saying that you entertain the idea of falling in love with someone else, and that's what normally leads there. The lack of something between you and your partner also allowed for that to happen, if that makes sense. And sometimes it just means there's something you both need to work on. So I would say yes, communicate with your partner, find someone that can help guide both of you, and then a whole lot of prayer and Jesus and that Bible is going to help.
Thank you so much. Jack, we got some lovely questions for you. I hope you're ready to take some of our bullets. They're not hard.
Okay.
All right. So our first question is, what is your biggest screw up in the kitchen?
OCD. I think I'm OCD in the kitchen.
All right. Our number 2 question, what's the most useless talent you have?
Is it TikTok?
No, just pulling a Nigerian accent. It's
put in what?
Like a proper Nigerian accent.
Awesome.
He has to do the whole thing. All the following questions, answer them in that accent.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, that's right. The next one is to say it in Nigerian accent. That's it.
Yeah.
So have you ever cheated? Have you ever cheated? Yes or no?
No.
Is that a Nigerian accent?
Yeah.
No.
Any reason and lessons learned? Like, yeah, well. Is there any reason why you've never cheated?
You've never cheated. Nigerian accent.
Sorry. Because I believe in communication between you and your
Pidgin.
partner.
Do it in pidgin.
Oh,
We need more.
We want to hear
Spice
it.
up.
No, I'll answer that properly because I think that's important. I think
Pidgin.
I genuinely
Pidgin,
believe. No. I genuinely believe. No, because someone has asked me that recently. That's why I feel like it's important to communicate with your partner. Like it's really important. So it's like if you feel like you're ready to cheat and whatnot, by all means, just cut the relationship where it's at. If you want to be in an open relationship, understand that. Draw your borders where it is.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. We hope you enjoyed today's topic. Please let us know what you think by leaving your comments below. Please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss an episode. Until we meet again, see you next time.